Heartbreak is something we all encounter. Life has a way of breaking us in ways we never expected. Relationships fall apart, dreams shatter, and doors close. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned, like God has forgotten us, but He hasn't. God allows heartbreak not to harm us, but to prepare us for something greater. The Bible reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, "plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. Even when life feels like it's falling apart, God's plan is still in motion. He is not finished. Heartbreak often becomes the very place where His work begins. God uses brokenness to prepare us. Throughout Scripture, we see how God uses broken people to do great things. Peter's failure after denying Jesus was not the end of his story. That broken moment paved the way for him to become a bold leader who preached with power. Brokenness humbles us, and God gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. It's in these seasons of heartbreak that God does His greatest work. Like a gardener breaking the soil to plant new seeds, He breaks us to prepare us. We can't always see it in the moment, but pain often precedes purpose. The gift of new beginnings. Holding on to the past makes it impossible to embrace the new. God calls us to release what's gone so we can step into what He is building next. "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" Isaiah 43:19. Sometimes God closes doors and ends seasons to move us forward, even when it's hard to understand. The Japanese have a tradition of filling broken pottery with gold, making the cracks part of the object's beauty. In the same way, God fills the cracks in our lives with His grace, making us more valuable because of our history, not in spite of it. The best is yet to come. Your pain has purpose. God doesn't waste pain. He uses it to shape us and to help others. God comforts us in all our troubles so we can comfort others with the same comfort we receive from Him. 2 Corinthians 1:4. The very thing that once broke us often becomes the testimony that brings healing to others. This is how God works. He redeems every part of our story. What we think disqualifies us becomes the thing that qualifies us to help someone else. No season of heartbreak is wasted when it's placed in His hands. God restores what feels lost. Even if years feel wasted, God can restore them. "I will restore the years the locusts have eaten." Joel 2:25. While the outcome may not look the way we imagined, God's plan is always good. Romans 8:28 reminds us, "We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." The best part? God's mercies are new every morning. Lamentations 3:23. It's never too late to begin again. Even when life feels heavy, we can trust that He is rebuilding us for something greater. Heartbreak is not the end of the story. God is in the business of restoring what feels lost and using it for His glory. When we surrender our pain to Him, He fills the cracks with His grace, creating something more beautiful than before. The best is yet to come.